Let me see. All right, so I've been saying that I want a podcast for a while. And what I realized with my life that I'm so grateful and thankful. This is my worship smile. Oh, by the way, I'm Charlie. Want to introduce yourself?
I'm DerriQ J.
All right. What I realize is God has placed me around beautiful, magnificent, righteous people. And my relationships, I am the richest man alive. Can't nobody tell me nothing different. So I wanted to begin sitting with the people that I love, people that I know love me, like authentic people, people who show up purely. I know I'm an angel. And if you know you're an angel, then we're going to have a good time. Come on now. So this is my bro, my right hand, my homie, my dog. Bro, I love this guy, man. Like, learned so much about life with him, beside him. Helped me figure out some things, see life differently.
We've been through a lot, for real. A lot. A lot, like, for real.
Yeah, bro. It's time to talk about it. We can talk about all the things we went through, but I also want to, this is a gift in a sense. Like, I'm grateful that I grew up with a father in my house. So I was taught wisdom, experience, and the things that we've experienced in life are the things that we're going to share. So an opportunity to have a shortcut, an opportunity to have awareness, an opportunity can be in the very words that we speak.
Gems.
Yeah.
Knowledge, wisdom. Yeah.
So, yeah, bro.
We here.
Absolutely. We talked about it in this here.
We here.
Manifestation complete. All right, so what I love giving people their flowers while they're alive. What I love about DerriQ is he's going to be him wherever he is and stand in that truth that he created and he's stand on.
That's facts.
If he out and he want to have a good time, he want to dance in the middle of the parking lot or scream in a fine dining restaurant, he gonna do it. And this is not while being aware, while being conscious, while being mindful, while being intentful. And that's to be valued. Like who you show up as a person. Like everyone has their failures, everyone has their things, and who you show up as.
Yeah.
A beautiful human being.
I appreciate that, bro, for real. Cause I used to be a mean ass. I know. Well, I don't think I was mean. I just always kept it real. People. Yeah.
Straightforward.
My delivery probably used to be a little off, but
yeah. I think that's important too. We'll speak about delivery. Like, what's your energy? What's your frequency? What's your message? What's your story? How can it be portrayed?
Yeah.
Okay. It's time. So, tell us. You grew up from Kinston, North Carolina. Yeah, I'm telling. I want to say we clicked.
Going from the same area.
Yeah.
Cause we met at orientation, freshman orientation. But it had nothing to do with the drums though. It was actually dancing. Yeah, North Carolina A&T, Aggie Pride.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I remember that dance, and I'm coming from the country where I was the one in the middle of the circles, dancing, pop locking. So when I came to this party, I came to party. You hear me? So
first college party. That was our first college party. That was our first college party, bro.
It was.
We was in the student union. Is that where it was? Yeah.
And we didn't know anybody in the entire place.
Yeah.
Whole
not
place
at all. Yeah.
And I remember him. And it just so happened we ended up being
on the drum line together. Yeah, because you had said something to me at the drum line joint. You're like, bro, I remember you from the... I'm like, oh yeah, that was me. That was me. But nah, so growing up, we used to, in Kinston, we used to have these birthday dances or party bashes or something like for teens. Well, yeah, we was like, man, bro, for real, I feel like we was in like the 5th, 6th grade and all that stuff. So not even like preteens for real. But we used to go out to the skating rink every like Thanksgiving, Christmas, every major holiday. We used to always have a dance at the skating rink, and we'll skate. It'll be for like 4 hours. We'll skate for the first like 2 hours, and then the last 2 hours it's a party. You get to take your skates off and dance on the floor. And we used to have Harlem Shake battles, man. And I used to win them joints, bro. Like for real, real motherfuckers from Kinston. No, they even talked about it one day. They were like, I'm so Kinston, y'all. When they started that, I'm so something. But I remember it was like, I'm so Kinston. That I remember when they said my government name. It was like we used to win all the Harlem Shake battles, and I was like, oh dang, they took it way back.
They were swinging on the shoulders.
They took, yeah, that was my. I don't do nothing with those shoulders now. Root to the bros. That's my shoulders go up and down, not shimmy. I just Harlem shaking. That's it.
Well, that's
no shimmy.
Whatever we want to call it. My shoulders moving. But yeah, bro, we grew up in an era where dancing, having fun was life, literally.
Yeah.
We had schoolwork, stuff that we didn't want to do. We had partying and dancing. Real partying, I would say. So
I wasn't even supposed to go to college. You talking about the schoolwork. I wasn't even supposed to go to college. I didn't want to go to college at all. I wanted to go straight to the military. I was tired of school.
That's what I mean. I'm talking about in middle school, elementary school, middle school, high school. We didn't want to be there.
Facts.
What's your favorite subject? PE.
Yeah, facts. PE.
Band. Yeah.
PE and band. Yeah, I didn't get in band till high school though. I tried to get in middle school, but my mama couldn't afford my drum, and then I actually taught myself how to read music like my 7th grade year. I wanted to be in a band so bad, and I thought you had to know how to read music to be in a band. So I went to the music store one day, and I bought a music book.
Wow. Because
I had saw when I used to see the drummers on the bus, they used to take their music book out, and I used to see them practicing. I had remember what the cover of the joint, and I asked them where they got it from. They told me the music store. So one day I had got some. I think I had got like $20, and I was asked my mom to take me to the music store, and I had bought me a music book.
This boy was investing in himself at a young age. Come on.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it like that. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts, yeah.
Wow. And
then after I had learned all that, I went and bought the blue book because I knew that's what the 7th graders was using. So I went and bought the blue book after that and learned everything in there. And then that's when we had moved to we was already living in Georgia at this point. Yeah. I was living in Georgia at that point, yeah.
Well, made me think about I got into band in middle school, and it's a whole funny story. I grew up, all I did was bang on everything. My mama's nervous system is still probably trying to recalibrate after 32 years.
I can attest to that. I'm the same. That's how my mama was too.
Banging on everything. And there's a gem that I want to drop there. That it's funny, the very thing that your child annoys you about is the very thing that'll take them all around this world. So,
literally.
Yeah, for sure. Bro.
Literally.
They're showing their gifts early. Pay attention.
Literally.
They showing.
Cause we've been around the world banging on drums.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
I remember for introduction into the band as a drummer, the band teacher would do some rudiments, and it was with his hands on the table, like bop, 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 bop. And everyone would come and try to repeat what they saw him do. And I didn't know what I was gonna get into when I got in there, but I was like, is this it? And it was like boom, 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 tap, tap. So I can do that. And he was teaching me today how to read music again. Reading music was a challenge to me because I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to bang on the drum. I just want to make some noise. But he actually learned the language. And actually it's kind of interesting, bro, how I made it through collegiate even though I couldn't read the music.
Yeah, facts.
The real story.
And that's what I'm about to say. That's what I realized, like, it wasn't until I got to high school that I realized that people couldn't read music. Like, I was a freshman, and I was literally the only freshman in my high school history to ever be on snare. They first year. They usually start you out on bells and stuff because they put you. We call it the pit. You know, it's the battery on the drum line, then the pit. So that's the tambourine, the xylophones, the bell, the triangle. All them sit on the side. Yeah. We did, but they used to have a pit, but I came straight on and made the battery play snare. So yeah, it's because I could read music and I understood everything. I could play like it was like we was in there teaching the other.
Me knowing you, I'm sitting thinking like you probably in there like, what you mean when I read music?
You know I was, bro. You know I was. I'm like, wait, what?
How you get here?
And then when we got to college, I realized the same thing. As a freshman, I was teaching the old head. Harvey would bring us music. And then niggas didn't know what they were doing. So I was like, oh, well, now.
That's wild, bro.
I was teaching the parts. Yeah.
You learned something because you chose to learn.
Yeah. Because I wanted to do it. It was my, it was my passion. I wanted to, I ain't gonna say be the best I wanted to be, because even now I still could be better than what I am, because I really don't practice. But that's the thing though. I was so naturally gifted at everything I ever did in life. I never practiced, and anything I ever said I wanted, I got it. I did it. I said I was gonna do something, I did it. And I always, cause my dad taught me, like, I didn't grow up with my dad in the house, but he was in my life. He was in prison, right? So I used to go visit him when I could, like on weekends. Like I think I used to see him like once a month. It's a blur, but I know I used to go visit him. Yeah. Right. And he used to always teach me, all a man has is his word. You feel me? And word is bond. So I always kept my word, man. That always stuck with me. Out of everything he done taught me in life, that's the main thing I always stuck with. So anytime I gave somebody my word, I always keep it. You feel me?
Word is law.
Yeah.
Okay. With like some of the principles that your pops taught you growing up, what was life like for you growing up?
Well, I grew up with my mom. Like during the week, I vaguely can remember what life was like with my mama for real, but most of my life I remember with my grandma. Okay. That's when I went with my grandma. Like she took me to Disney World, like King's Dominion and stuff. Come on, man. Like she used to take me to church. So that's where I got my first love from drums. Grandma used to take me to church all the time. And I used to be in the back of the church breaking fan handles off and acting like I got a drum set back there. Like I've always been into that. So I just really remember being with her, like growing up, having Christmas there, waking up, going downstairs, losing my teeth, the tooth fairy coming to my grandma's house. I remember having wrestling rings, like Mickey Mouse mobiles, like all that stuff. I remember all that with my grandma. Like with my mom, I remember I had like a Michael Jordan basketball goal that I used to play with, but I couldn't really play with it because every time I get to jumping or shooting, she'll tell me to sit down. You feel it? Boy, you better sit your ass down up there. Nobody want to hear that damn noise. Yeah, you feel me? So, yeah, like that's why I said I was in the home with my mom, but I don't feel like my mom had raised me. It was just, I wake up, go to school, I'd be at school all day, then come home, do my homework, get yelled at for something, go to bed, wake up, do it again. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what life was like with me. I just remember really being in the hood with my grandma and like really just, that's where all my friends was. Yeah.
That's so.
Thanks.
And you said that you played drums in church.
Mm-hmm. I was the first drum man. I used to beg our pastor all the time to get a drum set. I had some for like 3 years straight before we finally got them. But me and his son was the first drummers of the church ever. Okay. Yeah.
Had him in that step.
Yeah. In the pocket. Yeah, that's exactly how I started too. Hey, matter of fact, fun fact, bro. When I first started the set, I could not do the foot pedal, so I always
Okay. You said by any means necessary.
Do.
Hey, those foot pedals were a little.
So then, yeah.
Back in the day, you crank that thing. You gotta almost stop it.
Yeah. Cause they used to come all the way back. That's before they had these loose ones. Now we just tap it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I remember that.
So, drumming in school for the band, drumming for church, and we met North Carolina A&T Cold Steel Drumline.
2010.
Someone who don't know what Cold Steel Drumline is?
The Bad Boys on drums, man. That's the drumline section of the North Carolina A&T Blue and Gold Marching Machine. Y'all heard of us. Internationally known. For real, stop playing, y'all. If you don't Google us, you'll see plenty.
Hey, Bo. Marching band is a sport.
Facts.
But let me tell you a little bit more. Imagine having the oxygen to blow in a horn while marching, bringing your knees above your hips.
For 15 minutes straight.
While remembering the notes to the song, being in a line with people beside you.
And you got to remember the formations.
Remember the formations while dancing, while catching your breath. And you do this every day.
Yeah.
Oh, the show is what? Like you said, 15 minutes of non-stop. So
but you practicing 6 hours a day after doing homework, after going to school. Ooh. Practice started at 4. Ooh. Oh, I said it ended at 9. Practice usually started at 4 and about 11, 12. Yeah, so that's more than
run.
Yeah. Waking up in the morning.
Your butt. You got class at 8.
Yeah.
Good. Hey, I love it. I ain't all that part, all the figuring out life. That was
I did all 4 years in the band. And I was in ROTC, bro. And I was pledging. So that's why I don't take a lot. That helped me in life. That's why I don't take a lot of excuses. Like when people be like, "Oh, I ain't got enough time in the day." It's like, no, bro, you got time for what you want to make time for. I was literally pledging, being a straight A student, and daggone was in ROTC, pledging Omega, pledging KK Psycho still. I was in ROTC from day one. I was in band from day one. I always did it, both of those simultaneously. My freshman year, I pledged spring and fall, and then my my junior year, I pledged the spring. So,
can't anybody say willpower?
Yeah, it's a mindset, bro. It's like when you want something, you're gonna go get it by any means necessary. Facts. Like you just do it. How I did it, I couldn't tell. I mean, I can tell you now, but at that time, I couldn't have told you. Like one thing that helped me, I had got a full ride to A&T, but I still had took out student loans, and so they had helped me with like keeping money in my pocket because I got that refund check. You feel me?
So that forced you to be a businessman.
So now I got to make sure I pay my rent up front. You know, I knew how to. That helped me manage my money because I knew I needed to have a place to stay because I wasn't going back home. You feel me? So I just take that money up front, pay that joint. Yeah, I had to apply for financial aid on my own because my mama never been to school, so she don't know. My daddy ain't even got a high school diploma. He had to get his GED, so he definitely don't know nothing about college. So I had to figure all that out. But that's what I'm saying. Everything you can learn because it's all right there for you. I didn't know how to do it. I read it. Yeah. But guess what they got now? When I got back in grad school, bro, they got YouTube videos on it. Like when you get on the website of FAFSA, they say how to apply for financial aid. You click that link, it's gonna take you to a YouTube video.
YouTube should be your TV.
YouTube University. I literally started. You see this right here? This came from YouTube. My record label, I was like, bruh, how to start a record label. And I started watching podcasts, listening to people talk about it, them referencing books. So I go and be like, I'll get on Amazon, look up the book, find the book, pay for the book, and then now I got so whatever they trying to tell me in that short clip, I get all the information now, and I can read it over and over and over. And if I ever forget it, I can always go back and reference it. That's why I always buy books, because I may read it and forget, but if I ever forget, I can be like, yo, I remember this, but I can't quite, I can reference back to where I got it from. And now I can go and look, and then boom. Because you can tell me anything, and I can't take people's word for it. I got to see it. You got to show it to me. And sometimes, I even be questioning books sometimes.
Yeah, that's it. Come on, you about to change the subject. You got to question everything, bro. And it's kind of like hashtag, you are all you got.
You are. And then, but once you learn it, though, you got to apply it. That's where the real, it's got to take action. There you go. Everything you learn, you just got to take action, bro. If you don't know it, you can always learn it. And when you learn it, just learn it and do it to your best ability. And then once you do it to that best ability, that's how you do it. Try to do it better than the last time, and then better than the last time. And that's how you always progress, and you'll always be better than when you was. That's life.
Have grace with yourself while you're doing it. Learn patience. Be soft.
I ain't learned any of that, bro. Speaking of that, I learned all that being a father, though.
Yeah.
Being a father.
Yeah.
That's what helped me slow down, be patient. Got to understand, like, okay, he don't know. He's gonna make mistakes. He hasn't been here before, like, and he's not a grown man. He's a child. He don't know how to communicate like an adult, like, you know. So, hell, half adults don't know how to communicate. They like to still throw tantrums, you feel me? But I'm teaching my son to not cry about small things, like just not because you're not getting your way.
Yeah.
Now, if your feelings are hurt or you're upset, it's okay to cry. Now, but express to me why you feel that way. Why are you hurt?
That's it.
Why did that hurt you?
Talk it through.
Yeah.
That's what we all needed growing up.
Definitely didn't have that. Definitely didn't have that.
If there's a man who can say that they had it, they know that they should know that they are blessed. But I feel like as men, everyone, men and women, our generation, we needed that. Emotional support. Being able to be soft, talk it through. Yeah. I got whoopings.
Yeah.
Huh? If you got whoopings, you know all I'm saying? Go get me a switch. Oh, come on, man. Why you gotta hit me? But think about it. In our generation, we were caused pain in order to tame our curiosity. But love can tame curiosity by providing knowing, becoming awareness.
But you know what? I really sit back and think, bruh, I don't think they taught us this because they didn't know no better. And that's what I think it starting to boils down to. But now watching my mama interact with her grandson is completely different. Like, she's very loving. What I felt like she should have been for me, that's what she is for my son. But what's crazy is my grandma was that for me. You feel me? So it's like, well, maybe it just trickles down. But I want to make sure I show him that love too. His first level of love, and then let the grandparents and everything be added on. I don't want him to feel like he has to go to his grandparents for love and stuff, because I felt that way. So I think that's what helped me move the change. You feel me? You know?
That is, I do want to speak on that our parents were only able to give us what they knew the best way that they could. And the information that's been prevalent to us with going into the internet and the generation of information, we were able to research and study or see or have references, videos, like you said, YouTube, to have different perspectives and opinions and ways of looking at things. But for our parents, all they had was what they was told. And my father used to get pulled out of school to have to go work for the white man. Like, he wanted to play football. He had to leave school, go work, then go to football, learn the plays, then come back, go to work, because it was all about survival. So a lot of the learning that we had to go through, our punishment or being able to understand, was through physical force.
Yeah.
And you think about growing up in the deep country, and where I'm from, we can say Gates County. The long dark roads, like your kids, and we're coming out of this slavery era. there was little room for error or kids wanting to do what they want to do when they can potentially be killed. So I understood. Uh, my father grew up in a house of 14, so he was really raised by his brother. So a lot of times for me, I felt like I wasn't getting love, but I was getting love. I just had to change my perspective of it. He was only able to love me kind of like a brother, although he was my father, because that's what he received. It's all about the awareness. So now that we all are in this information generation, we know about emotions now. So we're able to talk it out and explain what we wanted to explain as kids, but didn't have the voice because we had to mind and behave and be
As
in
a
line.
child, being a child's place. Yeah.
That's it. And so now, like, you're able to make sure that your son don't have to go through what we went through, and that's huge. You gotta tell about Deuce and Daddy, bro.
Oh yeah. So Deuce and Daddy is basically just a page of me and my son, like what we do throughout. I did have like a little movement that I had started, Great Father, Terrible Baby Daddy. But I really try to stop that now because me and my baby mama on good terms now. Yeah.
That's powerful, bro.
That's how that had started. But anyway, about Deuce and Daddy, it's really just about our bond for real. Like, it's nothing forced. It's just like a natural what this cool ass kid
For sure.
is about, bruh. I really would let it be just about him, but I still want to shine a positive light on black fathers. Like, black fathers is still powerful. That's why, because a lot of people are like, well, why don't you just make a page about him? I'm like, yeah, I would, but I think I'm going to keep Deuce and Daddy, and as he get older and he can actually run a social media page a little bit, I'll let him get his own. But right now, he's 4. There's no need of him just having one. I'll still have to run it. So I might as well just do it with me and him and then just post him mostly. But it's still a page of me and him. So they know that Daddy is running the page. It ain't mommy like all these other super, positive, supermodel kids, So just, yeah.
That word, when you saw that thing right there, it said, stick to the vision. So you sticking to your vision, that's powerful. There's a man running the page for his son. And he'd be out at the game dancing and hopping on the football field, A&T, people all around, they having fun. Showing, bro, they got a special handshake. Stars. You gotta see it. You gotta go see the videos, bro.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful movement, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. We gotta get that out there though, cause I do want the world to know, to see that. I mean, it is starting to get a lot, but I really need more people to know, like, nah, man.
Spread the message.
Yeah.
And it will.
Oh, and that's another thing, man. Great Father, Terrible Baby Daddy. It was gonna be a movement, the kind of, and which I actually don't, just cause I don't, cause I still can relate to it, even though I'm not going through it now. But it was supposed to be a movement where it's a lot of fathers who go through child custody battles because of the beef with their baby mama. Because the baby mama feels some type of way because the daddy not doing, or because they didn't work out or anything like that. A lot of women use their children as pawns. And that's why there's a lot of deadbeats.
I've heard a few homies speak about that type of pain, bro.
I'm telling you.
I can't imagine, man.
So that's why I always said I was always a great father, terrible baby daddy. Because if she gonna say anything, she gonna say I'm a terrible baby daddy. That's all she could say. She could never say I was a bad father.
That's it. Said sticks and stones, we break them bones.
Yeah. So that's what.
The action.
Yeah. Action. Everything in life is about action, man. That's why we in action though, bro. It ain't just me. It's everybody. If you want to do better, you want to see better, man, I tap in with your boy, man. I'll push you to it, man, because I see, as you can see, I see black and white. That's why my logo black and white. Life is black and white to me. That you start getting in that gray area, nah, man, it is or it ain't. You gonna do it or you ain't.
That's it. To get it done.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Either you moving or you still.
That's it. Stagnant. linear. That okay, you got this. So start think about vibration and frequency, and like you hold yourself, like you have your things that you hold yourself accountable for, but like valor, being an upright being, not causing no harm on others. You follow where I'm going? How would you help someone who's trying to have a identity shift to start doing better, choosing better for themselves?
Doing it. Like, you know, like, all right, so look. So say for instance, you be like, I really want to stop talking to people negative. Stop talking to people negative. That's it's simple. Like, if you want to be a better person, you know, okay, everybody know it's a common law for, like, you know, don't break none of the common law rules, you feel me?
Yeah.
Don't, or the 10 commandments. Living by, even if you don't believe in religion or anything like that, that's just a good guide to live by, because if you're going to do good, you're not going to steal, you're not going to kill, you're going to honor thy mother and thy father. I'm not going to keep going because I don't know all 10 of them, but it's like, it's just certain things you wouldn't do, like, to be a good person. So you just follow in that light, like, and doing to others as you want done to you. I'm not gonna go and slap you in the face if I don't want you to slap me in the face. That's you feel me?
Period.
I want you to mind your business, so I'm gonna mind my business.
That sounds like it's a culture, huh?
You feel me? Like, if you see me in trouble, if I was in danger and somebody was around that could help me, I would want them to help me. So if somebody in danger and I can help them, now somebody getting stuck up with a gun, well, me, I'm different. But if I didn't have a gun on me, I would call the police, you feel me? Or, like, you know, like, being a superhero don't always mean you got to be the one that actually take the action to save the day. Taking the action was calling somebody who could get them there, you know, getting the help for them. You feel me? So I would say, if you trying to be a better person, just literally wake up and be a better person. It ain't no trying. You can't. And then, now I'm not saying you're going to always, and it's a mindset. You just got to think first. You know, if you think, okay, I'm going to do good, just always keep that in your mind and then live. If you know you about to do something bad, just don't do it.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's natural law. I feel like it's something that's within our spirit where we know something is either right or probably shouldn't be doing this.
Right.
And it's deeper than we've been taught. And if you look like we do, then it's natural to you. It's natural. When you were speaking that thing, I was like, that's us as a culture. That's us as a people. We mind our business. We have fun. We keep the peace. We love on each other. We show up for each other. We used to. And there's a lot of things that have broken the family dynamics and morals. And we're in a generation now where there isn't much care. There is care, but what the younger generations are doing now, which we can help, the morals, like, in the street, even in the hood.
Yeah, they don't care no more. They don't care no more. They don't respect like street laws. Code. It used to be street code. They don't respect code. They don't respect the boundaries and of society. Like, they running down, shooting at you while you with your kids. Daggone disrespecting older people. Like, it's just certain things you just didn't do. You don't take violence to the schools. You leave that, like, bro, even us. Now, we used to beef bad, but in school, you know, we ain't gonna, you know, worse we might fight if it's that, you know, now we suspended from school, but these kids is killing each other at basketball games in the hallway, like, bro, these.
Okay. So I feel like what has to happen is, like, how they don't have the care of the rules, we have to come to a place now where we don't care about the rules that's been placed upon us, but become aware of the rules. Like the programming, I use the words, even indoctrination in education. Like, start questioning everything. Like, the stuff that we was taught in school in history class, what was that really for? Do you feel like in middle school and high school, what
Not,
do you feel other than math and numbers? What do you
yeah,
feel
like that. Nah, like learning about the world wars and all that, and the presidents and stuff, or geography. I don't know, but I didn't retain a lot of it. I'm gonna just say that.
Yeah.
Social studies and sciences, I was not into them at all. Not even English.
Yeah, we wasn't meant to as a culture.
It was always about white people.
It's not our truth.
Yeah.
It's not our truth. So now, everything that we've been taught from what we were supposed to eat, even with like blood pressure, whose metrics are we following that by? How we're supposed to go to work. Well, when I went to line, I saw black people in all types of cars working, doing whatever they wanted to do for themselves. But where I grew up, I was like, well, why McDonald's? Why? I know some homies that can make some good burgers. Why did they get all the recognition and the money and the funding?
Well, we can't start our own corporate billion-dollar
For
franchise.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's time that we break the rules that we were taught and figure out what resonates with us. Because that heart, that soul, that spirit, that know right,
Yeah.
it's gonna lead us the way it's supposed to.
I got my own music label, so I haven't worked for anybody since 2020. Next month it'll be 4 years.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. Entrepreneurship.
It ain't for the weak. Now I will say that. I'm not saying everybody needs to, because some people need structure.
Yeah.
Some people you gotta wake up every day and they need to know what they gonna do. Some people can't just every day I wake up, I don't know what I'm gonna get into.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be something that's gonna benefit my business. How? Because I'm gonna make sure it's benefiting my life.
That's it.
So I just make sure everything that I do in entrepreneurship is about me authentically.
Yeah.
Like We in Action, I can do this every day for the rest of my life because I love music. All fours, I can do this for the rest of my life because I like wearing clothes. I have to wear clothes. You feel me? So that's the kind of how, and then it's just like, if I'm gonna sit here and spend, I done bought Gucci and designer clothes, even Louis Vuitton, Dolce and Gabbana, done got all that. So it's like, it's like boom,
Do it for yourself.
do it for myself. You feel me? Instead of spending all that money on them, and I don't, because then that goes out.
Yeah.
That'll go out of season real soon too. Like, yeah.
So
you gotta keep up with the seasons.
What do you resonate with? What do you love? What do you like? What do people say that they like about you, or what can you do well? And know that there's someone out here that will support it. Yeah. And there are tests and trials to figure it out. So I just started entrepreneurship. So this is where I'm gonna take the back seat. As it's about him anyway.
Nah, it's about us. Us. Because you keep trying to give me accolades, but bro, everything that I've been through, you've been through the same thing though. As you were saying, especially like when it came to the drum line and stuff. Like that's just, I feel like we got the same principles and we always stood on, even though we bumped heads when we first got on, when we was online and stuff, but it was you being who you was and me being who I was.
He stood on his toes too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like that's just what it was. Like you didn't like loud people and I was a loud person. After a certain time it was like, okay, it's time to go to sleep. And I'm like, no, it's time for us to get this done. Like it just I had learned that early.
For sure, bro.
But it was all about, that's in college. College taught us that though. Like, I mean, that wasn't my first time meeting different people. My first time was when I went to the military, basic training. And I had to live in a bay. It's different with me being with y'all. So by that time I had done already got accustomed to different personalities. I didn't know how to handle it then because I got in a lot of fights in basic training. I still was a hood ass nigga. But that's what I was trying to develop out of. You feel me? So when I first got there, I still had hood-like mentalities. You feel me? And I still keep that with me. I keep it in me, but I keep it in me. I don't exactly out of where. So I'm aware always that situational awareness and all that. And I learned that being in the military as well. I went from being I can be a killer to being literally train killer.
That's it.
So it's just all about knowing your power and what you can do to strengthen. That's what you're great at, bro. That's one thing that I can always say. You always push me to my limits. Even when it came to the drum line, we started doing the flipping thing. I've never had did 2 back flips, 2 no hands back to back, other than when I had seen you do it, and I got hyped seeing you do it. So I done messed around and went and did, because you kept doing that joint practice after practice. You were making it look easy. I'm like, bro, I can't just go out there and do one flip. And when the performance came, I ended up doing 2. The first time ever, bro. And I fed off your energy, bro. How even with you running across the drums and me flipping over people, bro. It was healthy competition that always kept me like. So I can't just act like, oh, I always know me. I feed off of others too. Like, I do know me and I'm competitive. You feel me? I'm not, I ain't no hater, but I'm always try to outdo the next person beside me, bro. So
iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, there's
he be getting his butt spanked in bowling and all the sports.
We can run the footage back, cause I got the footage. I got the footage.
Oh yeah, bro. I appreciate that. But not dismissing anything. I really do appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you though.
Yeah.
Cause if it weren't for you, like I said, I don't know if I don't know. Harvey too, cause Harvey the one who made me do the flip. So
yeah.
But I really feel like we took drumming to another. Like we made show style.
We did.
Yeah.
Just imagine a 30-piece drum line where they all look like us and we out there dancing and flipping. That's a experience.
Yeah.
And we was definitely giving that. What was your line name, bro?
Sergeant Showtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And mine was Stunts.
Stunts. Yep.
So we gonna have to run that for the people again. We gonna have to strap up again, Harvey. We need another trip.
Yeah, facts. Being an entrepreneur is literally about figuring out solutions for people. That if you want to thrive, you have to help somebody else. You have to solve somebody else's problem. Make their life easier. That's what entrepreneurship is about. Think about like any business that people make, like even if you're in a fashion business, you are answering to people because they feel like they have to be up to fashion. They have to be, it's a social status. Mm-hmm. You helping people feel a part of something or bigger than, themselves. You feel me? And I say that loosely because I feel like I'm above everything anyway. Everything, yeah. I'm a part of things, but those things are not me.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's huge.
Like I said, I'm KK Psi, I'm Omega Psi, and I'm Cold Steel, and I done joined like drinking fraternities. I'm a turtle, I done shot Phi and all this stuff. So it's like, at the end of the day, in all those organizations, I'm me.
You're gonna find you where you need to.
I'm me. And I felt like I could be me in those organizations, like especially with Q's. I've always been a wild, outlandish nigga. But like when I became a Q, they were like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense." Yeah, for sure. Like he's always been like that.
That's your energy.
You feel me? Mm-hmm. Versus if I was a quiet person, people really didn't know me like that, and then I became a Q, and then I started trying to act like a loud person. Yeah. I'm like, nah, can't do that.
Well, I do feel like those fraternities are showing you what your energy is. Either you're gonna be smooth, calm, collective.
Yep.
Whether you want to show your power, your might.
Because they got a brand too, them.
Yeah.
They got a brand. That's all it is. It's about what the fraternities are known for. But like I said, entrepreneurship, you just basically figuring out people's problems and solving them. That's what it is. If you can solve somebody's problems, you're gonna be successful. Just help others, man. Like my natural body chart. What is that? My chart, right? My body chart.
Human design.
My human design. It already told me that I was designed to be somebody who helped. I was I got it on my phone, but I can't remember the actual name. But
generator, manifestor, projector.
I felt like I was gonna say a projector,
Manifestor generator.
Yeah, keep going, because projector was one of them. I feel like I was a projector.
Okay.
But I know I am one that help others. Like, that's my calling. Like, my frequency is I'm in alignment with myself when I'm helping others. But when I have friction, when I'm trying to help somebody but they don't want me to help, that's when shit don't align all the time. And it caused me to feel like discombobulated or off balance and stuff. Anytime I try to go against trying to help somebody who I can see how I can help them, but if they're not open to receive it,
that's it.
Yeah.
You're spinning your wheels.
You gotta action. You gotta be able to. You gotta be able to keep going, even when you can't see. You gotta have faith. That's what Imani about. That's the name of the dog for all four is Imani, which is Swahili for faith. You feel me? So it's like you just gotta keep that faith, man. You might not see the end, but if you believe it in your heart and you put that action behind it, it's gonna happen for you. It's gonna happen. It's already you're right, and you just sit back and let it attract.
You be the frequency, so it can be what you frequently see. Talk about the brand, being grounded.
Okay. So with all fours, man. The reason why I named it all fours is because the mascot is a dog. And the reason why I chose a dog is one, I'm an Aggie, and other because I'm a Q dog, right? Yeah. But also dogs, they're very disciplined. Like that's like one of the most disciplined animals on earth.
Loyal.
They're loyal. Going to the loyalty, you feel me? And they always persevere, you feel me? Like dogs can get lost and find their way back home. They always sniffing out things, marking out their territory, you know what I'm saying? So, letting you know, they're here.
I got boundaries,
I'm present. You feel me? So, with all fours, it's just all about when a dog sits on all fours, it's standing ground, it's fully grounded. Like, if you go up to a dog and you step at it or jump at it, the first thing you're going to do is stand firm in his spot, strong. He going to lock them legs and them arms. Four legs.
That's it.
And he's going to stand strong on all fours. And that just reminds us as humans, we need to always stay grounded in our foundation of who we are. So that's why the motto is stay strong, stay grounded. So yeah, stay grounded, stay strong.
Stay grounded in who you are. Ask questions. Question everything. Know your why. And I have to take a short advertisement break to switch subjects just for a second. Staying grounded. I always used to hear that word when I moved to Atlanta. What is grounding? What does it mean to be grounded? Coming from the country, always working, always going. I didn't know what no grounded was. Yes, we lived in crickets and trees, but all I knew was work, grind, go. But staying grounded is when you are intentional, you plan, but also you nurture. So you slow down, you take inventory of yourself, you make sure that you're okay. Staying grounded, being firm like a tree, being firm like the dog.
That dog, yeah.
When you're grounded, you're connected to source, you're connected to God, you're connected to your mind, your higher self, you're connected to all that is. So it's time to slow down. Slow down. I just thought about this book.
Yeah. That's what I kept looking at.
Ask yourself questions about yourself.
Make sure y'all can see it. 2,000 questions about me.
That's one of those things.
Do you move a lot?
In alignment.
Question 1093.
Yeah.
Do you move a lot? All right, let me see. Let me do another one.
That's an alignment, huh?
What is your favorite precious stone? That's 1,348. So something like that I never thought about. But I would say, I'll probably say topaz because I think that's my birthstone.
Okay.
So I would say that's my favorite precious stone.
Is that blue?
I feel like it is, but when I was younger, my grandma bought me this gold joint. But I don't know. Now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I don't think my grandma knew what she had got.
Okay. I like that. So know who you are, know what you like, know what you're interested in. Know that there are things out here to be interested in.
What childhood dreams have you neglected?
Ooh. Well, that's been my biggest lesson.
Have you ever fired a gun? They got some. See, you see what I'm saying? And these just things. So, say for instance, it said, "Have you ever fired a gun?" And he was like, "No, I haven't, but I always wanted to." There you go. Now you got something. Now you got something to look forward to. You get up.
Ooh.
You know, all right. And being that we in this technology world, Google gun ranges around me.
Let me do you one even better. This ChatGPT. How can I fire a gun in Michigan, Tennessee? Where can I go? Are there gun ranges around? This is all you type in ChatGPT. ChatGPT is going to give you all of the options of how you could probably go in the woods somewhere, or that you have 3 options in your city, or there's some instructors who teach classes, or there's some certifications that you can learn about it virtually. They're going to give it to you. All of it laid out. And we don't have to decipher through all the information, which that's a thing of its own, to get exactly what we need. ChatGPT.
Okay, now I got to start using that more often because, I do a lot of that. What you just said, I was like, oh, shoot, I do that automatically. Yeah.
So now there ain't no excuses for anybody not knowing how to do anything.
Facts.
And I think about the generation of kids that are going to come up in that information where they're going to know whatever there is, but having to decipher between truth or AI, technology, Wikipedia.
And that just come back to experience. Everything that I've read, I've somehow tried to, use it.
That's it.
And learn from multiple sources. That's how you can start divvying up, because some people might have a different view in this way, and then this person might have the same view but said a different way that you might connect with more. And then somebody might say something. Now you can hear it, but you don't necessarily have to take it in. That's the beauty of it.
That's it, bro.
You can take it, but it's about how you receive it. How would you, decipher it? You can either remember it so you can remember don't do that, or you can remember it just to see if somebody else comes, because there's
always
different ways to skin a cat.
That's it. There's always a many ways to do the thing that you want. Staying open and receptive to the information. I had my business coach say, everyone has something important to say, even if they really don't. Because like you said, they can say it in a way, they can use a word that might resonate with you that probably have something totally different it can resonate. Like, everyone has something important for you. And I believe that everyone that we run into, we're supposed to meet. Don't mean that you have to talk to everybody that you see, but everything is in divine order. All right, we talked about accountability. Talked about entrepreneurship, that is not for the weak. It's all about planning and knowing what you want.
Being true to you, staying grounded.
Being intentional.
Keeping faith.
And we talked about the brand. We talked about using daddy. Life, bro. When you was in the military, you went out and you traveled.
Mm-hmm.
What has travel? So anyone who hasn't traveled, what has travel taught you about life?
We worry about a lot of things that don't matter over here in America. like the fame and stuff is not needed. It's really just about finding what makes you happy. Like I've been in the countries where everybody walk around peaceful. It ain't no violence. Ain't nobody bothering people. It ain't nobody loud fussing. I don't even think I saw people walking around on cell phones talking. Like that was in Taiwan. So I learned that it's slow paced in some places, and then I lived in places like I lived in Korea where it was fast, like everything technology driven, got the big boards and big towers, and everybody live on top of each other. It ain't no personal space. They all sit on top of each other, even though it might be space like this. They gonna get real close to you.
Yeah.
Like I've learned that people live differently, but at the end of the day, we all basically just need just food, water, love.
That's it.
Like a lot. At the end of the day, it's all the same, man. Like even when I've been to Paris, I felt like I was in New York. Yeah, I was around French people and I was looking at the Eiffel Tower instead of the Statue of Liberty, but everything else was the same.
Yeah.
They still had their same little culture and everything. It's just that's what I learned, man. It's just different people, and you, whatever you raised off of, that's who you really become. For real. So that's why it's good to get out too, so you can see other things and see what you may like or dislike.
Absolutely. Gain real life experience.
Yeah.
Real life experience. Sheesh. That's beautiful.
For sure, man. Yeah. I think we're good for this one. We can come back for a part two.
Oh, we're coming to eat.
Yeah. Already, man.
Yes, sir. An honor and a pleasure. This is your modern day angel, your vigilante, your favorite homie down the street, Charlie Gaines.
And it's your boy, the most energetic MC NNC.
Talk about it.
You know, North Carolina music executive.
Yes, sir.
You know, the great father and terrible baby daddy, bro. Your boy DerriQ J, man. Always forward, never backwards. We in action.
We in action. Peace.